It's Friday the 10th of June, and you know what that means. It means that it's Friday the 10th of June. And there just so happens to be one idiot who likes to play video games and chat to you lovely people, and he's here. It's Edward Lewis. He's here. Hooray! Hello, greetings everybody. Hello everybody, how are you all today? Thank you very much for joining us on this fine Friday. Everybody knows that Friday is the best day. There's lots of reasons that Friday is the best day. Good Friday. Fry up day, frying day, frightening day, and of course, it's the Bisquiz. Round of applause, everyone. Get excited about the Bisquiz. Of course, we've got the Bisquiz coming up, and if you are here for the very, very first time, this is a ridiculous stream, and if you are here for the very, very first time, then I'm sorry for what you're about to see and hear. But yes, this is my live stream where I make it all the way back to Seoul, all the way from Beagle Point, or I'm hoping to make it all the way back to the wonderful community here that come along. The chatters, as my dad calls you all. We have, Fritz, Andy FM, Robbie XP1, Orange Spark, Shan, Not Biffle, Dante 2050, Black Sheep Kitty, Academic Dust. All of you lovely people are here today, bright and early, nice and bright and early, looking fresh. You're all looking wonderful. What are you? Have you done something new with your hair? You look splendid. And Frontier Dev is here, of course, because he knows that the Bisquiz is happening today, so he's, of course, very excited to get involved in the quiz. So, without further delay or further ado, let's invite our very, 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 very special guest. Of course, we've got Elite Dangerous running. I might do some jumping in between the quiz and the Biscuit review, which happens at 1:45. We've got some more Girl Scouts cookies, I think, that I'm going to review today for you. It's Friday. What else are you going to do on Friday? Yeah, it's the Chatter Collective versus me in the quiz today, but we will explain that after we've invited our wonderful guest. So let me bring him in. Just a moment, just a moment. Don't say anything just yet. Wait till you're on the screen. Wait till you're on the screen. Here it is. Yes. It's Walter Neil Lewis. Hello there, Walter Neil Lewis, the Bisquiz Master. How are you today?
I'm fine. And yourself?
Yeah, very, very good. Bit tired. Some personal issues that, we won't go into too. There's nothing. I'm only joking. How you're looking very radiant today in that room. You should maybe close a curtain.
Radiant. No, I mean, well, it's sun shining here in Kirkham. It's quite nice. Rained all morning, but now the sun is out in honor of your review.
Oh well, thank you very much. As things have picked up over here, since you've been gone, it's been 2 weeks. What have you been? What's been the highs and the lows?
The highs and the lows. Well, doing a little bit of traveling, going up in the lakes, that was quite fun. And still trying to get this cafe underway. This morning I was drilling a 5-inch hole through 15 inches of masonry so we can put up a cooker hood. Nice, mundane stuff. Well,
you're a man who can get things done. Why are you passing none of those DIY skills on to me is as a question for another time. So today, the quiz is all about. Why don't you set up the quiz a little bit? Obviously, you guys at home, the chatters, as we like to call you, chose today's subject of the quiz. And we're going to do 10 questions, and that is on, we said, the engineers, right? Or engineers.
Engineers is absolutely correct. Now, I have very little knowledge, of course, of your new extensions and things like this, and the game. So it's nothing to do, but everything to do with engineers.
All right, I wish that I could say that sort of well, I've actually got very little knowledge of the game, to be completely honest with you. To be honest, it's not that far different from my knowledge of the game too. So, yes, this isn't going to be about the engineers from Elite Dangerous, but more engineers in general. So how do the rules work? What did we set up last time? Go for it if you want to add some more rules. Get these rules laid out.
We have the 10 questions, obviously. Now, you'll turn off your stream, so you can't see anything that the chatters are saying. I'll take the first 4, and average them out, and come up with their answer. You wait about 10 seconds, give me your answer, we'll compare. Can I remind you that we've had three quizzes so far on Biscuits, Outer Space, and Hair, and you came back to a nice draw on the last one, although you lost on a tie break. So you're 2.5 down.
Yeah. Well, it's currently 1 versus 20, and more people will turn up as well as we go through. But what do you think my chances are with the questions? You've obviously written the questions. What do you think my chances are today?
I think a score of 6 might win it.
A score of 6 is going to win it, so that means it's 40% difficult.
More
or 60% difficulty.
More difficult than last time's.
Yeah, okay, before we begin, I don't know if you want to treat these guys to another little story that you may have prepared, a little 1-minute ditty, a bedtime story, but at lunchtime. A lunchtime story, you might call it. Hey, Saffron, good to see you, and Paul Archer, good to see everybody, Millstone Barn, yes, and absolutely good luck to the Chatters, which is your quiz team name, which my dad chose for you without asking, so I hope that you don't mind it. Shan, good to see you, Dante 2050, Commander Coots, not Biffle, Shan, Frontier Dev, Dante 2050, I'm just reading the people's names again and again on repetition. Is it just me, says Frontier Dev, or does everyone else love being called the Chatters? Or I think the Chatters is fantastic. It's just it's accidentally sort of twee. Oh, the Chatters, the Chatters. So why did you? I mean, okay, sorry. I'll let you. If you've got a story you want to tell about me, then go ahead.
I have a short story. I'll keep it to about a minute or so. Okay. It's actually a little bit of an object lesson. Okay. So everybody draw in and listen. Here we go. That Edward Carlisle Lewis was trusting, we've already established. Convincing him that the dulcet sound of the ice cream truck was nothing more than the advance notice of the bin man, it was not so much a stroke of genius as simple avoidance tactics. And he didn't need the sugar, nasty poison. No, it was up to his older sister Madeline to teach him true values. Okay, I have 2 biscuits here that I'd like you to scrutinize. Which would you like? We have this big, dry, rich tea biscuit, and this petite, for want of a better word, scrumptious, chocolatey morsel. It's actually a red velvet crunch cream.
Wow.
Okay? Choose now.
The red velvet crunch cream, of course.
Yes, the petite morsel has won, hands down. Now, Edward enjoyed playing outside, and a big garden meant a shed full of spiders to avoid. But his older sister was determined to colonize that shed, create an exclusive club for her friends, and Edward, said her parents, had to be accommodated. She preferred the word tolerated. The spiders were banished, a table and chairs arranged for the 3 members of the very exclusive club, and official meetings began. No joining fees, but there was money aplenty. The club prospered by selling tepid lemonade to little old ladies on Station Road, and of course there were always cash donations from grandparents. The pile of coins grew until it was decided to split the hoard. At that point, Edward's older sister, self-appointed president, treasurer, and sergeant-at-arms, undertook the duty of dividing the loot.
It was called the Mad One Club.
The Mad One Club.
The Mad One, as in because her name was Madeline, Mad One. So it wasn't like we were supposed to be joint together with it, but she called it Mad One Club. Anyway, carry on.
Edward, she said, look at these big coins. Aren't they just the biggest you've ever seen? Edward had to admit that the 2-pence coins were big, although the 5-pence and 2-pence coins were more shiny. Which do you want, said Madeline. You can have whichever you want, but you certainly deserve the big round ones. You choose.
Yeah.
Edward amassed quite a pile of 2-pence pieces that day. His sister had to settle for those measly 5 and 20-pence coins. So in true quiz question fashion, we're going to finish with a multiple guess question. Edward learned a very valuable lesson that day. Was it A, money isn't everything, B, size doesn't matter, C, never ever trust your older sister no matter how much she smiles?
It's definitely C. It's definitely C. 100%
yes, I think you're correct.
C, and I'm sure that everybody agrees with that. Ah, the lovely Madeline Lewis, and we still have a very similar relationship today, where she distracts me with items while she goes and takes all the glory. Brilliant. Yes, Robbie XP1 says C. Frontier Dev says C. Not Bill says B and C, but everyone else is going for C. Yeah, of course. C! Exclamation mark. Never trust your older sister. Lovely stuff. A lovely little story, and genuinely made me smile, so thank you very much for that. And everybody, a round of applause, please, for Walter Neil Lewis in the chat. So, Walter, should we begin with the quiz?
I think it's time, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to minimize the chat now. Everybody, yeah, good story. Yes, good story. So I'm just going to wait for the chat to catch up with us a little bit. Really, really quickly. Older sister hype, says Black Sheep Kitty. Or older brother, says Andy FM as well. Very, very important. We're learning lessons today. Dante 2050 says applauds as well, which is wonderful. All right, so what I'm going to do, everybody, is I'm going to minimize the chat, so goodbye to you all, just for a few seconds. Well, for the rest of it, until the 10 questions are done. So you guys remember, it's the top 4 that well, as soon as the first 4 come out, my dad is going to take an average of those first 4, so be very careful with your answer, make sure you know it before you say it, okay? So I'm going to close down the chat now, and we're going to begin with Bisquiz number 4, all about engineers. I'm going to be terrible at this.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
I cannot see the chat now. I cannot see the chat, and I won't bring up the chat back again, so they can all say rude things about me if they wish, but I trust that they're going to be friendly and positive about me because they're lovely.
That's right. So remember, chatters, I'm taking the first 4 or so, and yes, it'll be the strength of feeling that determines your answer. Here's question number 1. Okay. This engineer, born in Italy in 1452, designed parachutes, an armored car, and a helicopter, but he's probably best known for La Gioconda, a painted portrait.
By the way, just so people don't think I'm cheating, I'm actually just doing a tweet to say that the Biz Quiz starts now. So I want to just quickly get that out, and I will put my phone away, and I promise it won't return again. The Biz Quiz starts now. There we go.
I'll repeat that then. This engineer, born in Italy in 1452, designed parachutes, an armored car, and a helicopter, but he's probably best known for La Gioconda, a painted portrait.
Leonardo da Vinci.
Leonardo da Vinci is yours.
That's my
And
favourite.
yes, we have lots of Da Vinci's there as well. True, La Gioconda is the Mona Lisa, and it was Leonardo. Where was he from?
Okay.
This is an easy question. Think.
Is it? Vinci?
Vinci, thank you.
Because it's Leonardo of Vinci, isn't it? Yeah, sorry. Of course it's Vinci.
No, that's excellent. Okay, question number
Can't trick
2.
me on that one.
Number
So that wasn't even a question.
No.
All right, go on. Multiple
Number 2.
ones.
What was the name of the engineer on board the Starship Enterprise?
Oh, that's you. These people are going to murder me. The Enterprise is the first one, right?
What's the name of the engineer on board the Starship Enterprise?
I've watched all the Star Trek, and I don't know why it's just not coming to my head. The Enterprise is the
We're going back to the very beginning.
Oh, it's Scotty.
Okay, and as soon as I made, thank you very much, and as soon as I made it clear to them which one I was going for as well, we got the correct answer there. Do you know his full first name?
Engineer Scott.
It's Scott. Yes, it is Scott, and Scotty, I will accept Scotty, but as some of them did know, it was Montgomery Scott.
Oh God, no, I didn't know that. So,
But I will
anything.
accept Scotty, so that's 2 apiece. Wow, maybe it's going to be more highly scoring than I thought it was.
Okay, yeah, no, these guys, if anything to do with sci-fi, then they're right in there. You've got no chance.
Number 3. From the first propeller-driven transatlantic steamship to bridges, tunnels, and the Great Western Railway, the designs of this 19th century English engineer revolutionized public transport. From the first propeller-driven transatlantic steamships to bridges, tunnels, Great Western Railway, the designs of this 19th century English engineer revolutionized public transport.
I'm gonna have to pass. I don't even have a guess on this one. I'm sorry. I know that it's gonna be really obvious when I hear it.
We've got one answer and a few ouches so far.
Oh,
It's split 50-50, so
as in 50-50 right. Well, it's the first 4.
it's the first 4. There we go. Okay, yes. The next 3 were all correct. So, are you passing?
Yeah.
You had a very
Don't cheat,
nice
guys.
middle name. Oh no, the first 2 were absolutely excellent. Yes, no cheating out there. You know, the glory just won't taste good. Yes, he had a very interesting middle name. It was actually, I think, his mother's maiden name, and then his first name, well, Germanic in origin, certainly Teutonic, but it was Brunel. Isambard Kingdom Brunel.
I had absolutely no idea. I would never have got that.
Okay,
interesting.
so the
You
chat
learn something new
2.
every day. The chatters are on 2 and I'm on 1. Oh, 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
That's all right. 3-2. Yes. Okay. Question number 4 then. Back to Star Trek and the Enterprise for a true or false question. Simple 50-50. Write out the entire word true if you think the following statement is true, or the entire word false if you think it is false. And again, I'll be looking at the first 4 for the chatters. Okay. Here's your statement. The
Yes.
actor James Doohan, who played the Scottish engineer, was actually Canadian. Is that true or false?
This is a. I'm going to say.
The actor James Doohan, Doohan, who played the Scottish engineer, was actually Canadian. True or false?
I think it's false. I know he's not Scottish. I know he wasn't Scottish, but I think he was American, not Canadian. So I think it's a trick question, and I'm saying false. Yeah, false. No, wait. As in, false. He's not Canadian.
False. He's not Canadian.
Yeah.
Well, he was absolutely true. He was Canadian.
Oh, what did the other guys do?
Well, they've got about 15 trues in a row. Yeah. So,
they thought that you weren't doing a trick question, and you weren't doing a trick question, but because I know you, I thought you were doing a trick question. And
Which
now I feel like I've been trolled by my own father.
The double bluff worked, yes.
Walter Neil Lewis, the internet troll. So that's what you've been known for.
So
Trollter Neil Lewis,
we have a true or false question then later on, you realize, and you're going to be thinking very hard about that right now. Okay, here we go. Question number 5, halfway through this round today. The preeminent independent organization for engineers for all disciplines, it's called the ICE or ICE, currently has over 86,000 members. What do the initials ICE stand for? Preeminent independent organization for engineers of all disciplines.
Across the world.
What does of the world? 86,000, and I think the vast majority are here in England, but they are
International Chartered Engineers.
International Chartered Engineers. 1 out of 3 isn't bad.
Engineers.
We're still seeing some things coming through here.
Was it engineers is the one I got right? Engineering probably as well.
I'm not getting much through here on this.
Yes!
The line.
We can fail together. Wonderful jobs, chaps. We're failing together. We can be mediocre together, everybody.
It took some time.
But you did get... Oh, it took some time to Google. That's what it did.
Well, it's the Institution of Civil Engineers. Yes.
That makes
and we had a couple,
sense.
a couple in a row who did have that.
Do we not have any engineers in the chat? I mean, I can't read them. You tell me. Go on, next. Are you counting that's wrong or right? That's wrong.
That's wrong?
Well, how long did they take?
Okay, they took beyond. You're correct.
No. If they were careful about it and didn't put any answers and then someone finally got it right, then that's them getting right. I trust them. I trust my chatters.
I trust them as well. It's 5-2. You're down 5-2, but let's have, some immediate responses here. This next one, nice and easy. Knighted by Queen Elizabeth in 2004, this engineer was educated at Oxford and is credited with the invention of the World Wide Web.
Oh God, they're going to get this as well. They're going to smash this to pieces. What you've got is you've got a team here of sci-fi fans and coders. That is what these people do. And then there's just me, this idiot who's like, I like video games. I don't know. And you expect me to know an easy question? You say. Thanks very much. Internet troll to Neil Lewis right there. All right.
Invention of the World Wide Web. It's English.
I can't remember his name. I just can't remember it. I know it and I've seen it. No.
The variations in spelling tell me that they are correct.
Of course they
didn't copy this down. But it is Tim Berners-Lee. Tim.
I didn't know that. I was so far away from knowing that. And I don't care.
You now know. You'll never.
I'm going to rage quit. I'm rage quitting my own stream. That's it. We're done.
Okay. The nice one. The nice one. Thing about this next one is it's a multiple guess. I will give you the right answer.
Great.
And a couple of wrong ones. You decide which. Okay. So here's the question. Thomas Telford, nicknamed the Colossus of Rhodes, also designed the Ellesmere Canal with Britain's longest and highest aqueduct. I've been across it in a longboat. Okay. It gained UNESCO World Heritage status in 2009. What I want to know was Telford Scottish, English, or Welsh?
Oh.
Thomas Telford, the Colossus of Rhodes, Scottish, English, or Welsh?
Multiple choice. A tricky one. There's no challenge in it for these guys because they just know I'm an idiot. Scottish, English, or Welsh? Let's get the trifecta on the go. We've had an Englishman, we've had a Scot, and now let's get the Welsh guy. Let's go for Welsh.
You got to remember that Doohan was Canadian. No, he is Scottish. Scottish. And well, the first, mind you, for the first 3 there, we had Scottish and 2 Welsh. So we're going.
Yep.
Yeah, next 3 were Welsh. So It stays 2 and 6.
Also, it's not the trifecta, of course. We didn't include the Irish.
That's right.
There's a quad factor. I don't know if that's
Fagora for all of those out there who are Irish. Yes. I have Irish heritage.
Do
I
you?
have Scottish heritage.
Every American in the world has Irish heritage.
I am a mongrel. You're the son of a mongrel. Yeah.
Son of a mongrel, everyone.
That's better than some other things. Okay.
It is, yeah. That's very true.
We're on to question number 8. Now, question number 8 again refers to Thomas Telford. Now, Telford sported the initials FRS after his name, indicating that he was a fellow of what? It's the oldest scientific academy in continuous existence. FRS. Fellow of the...
FRS.
FRS. Theirs aren't coming through yet, so hang on a sec. Fellow of the...
Something research science, field research science, forensic. I don't. That's it. That's what I'm going for. Field research science. It's stupid. It's just 3 words that don't mean anything.
Well, they mean something, but not necessarily in this context. You're right.
I've been wiped out by this quiz.
We're
This is the hardest one.
Way back, and it is. It's the Royal Society. A fellow of the Royal Society. And
fellow of. Oh, I'm so sorry. So the F meant.
Yeah.
Ah, did they get that right?
Royal Society. Yeah, well, yes, they got it. Yes.
It's becoming. I need to get. Next time I'll get a teammate. I think that's what we'll do. Next time I come on, I'll bring a guest that can help.
Construct a team. Yes.
Because otherwise, I am.
Okay, but you're making us all feel very good.
Yeah, that's what I'm here to do, isn't it?
Building.
Just to entertain and make people feel good about themselves.
We're on to question number 9. It's that pesky old true or false question. Okay. Now remember, I said you're now thinking double bluff, so be very careful. Is it a trick question? And here it is.
That's a double bluff in itself. You're double bluffing the double bluff now.
And
that's a quadruple bluff.
So listen very carefully. True or false? If you agree with the entire statement, write down the word true, disagree, false, and you hold off until I get some of their answers. Here we go.
Okay.
Thomas the Tank Engine has never had an engineer aboard. True or false? Thomas the Tank Engine has never had an engineer aboard. True or false?
We'll skip past the near innuendo. That's what we'll avoid any of that. Thomas the Tank Engine has never had an engineer on board.
Now, Thomas was one of your heroes when you were a child.
I know. I liked Edward. He was the better one. Surprise, surprise. False.
You're going false. It is absolutely true. Yes. Ringo Starr, George Carlin, Alex Baldwin. They all voiced Mr. Conductor, but there was no engineer. No.
What?
Sure.
Ringo who?
Sorry?
Who else was it? Ringo?
Ringo Starr, George Carlin. He was the American edition. He was an American comedian. Quite good, 70s, 80s. And Alex Baldwin even.
Alex Baldwin, not Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Sorry, you broke up a little bit there. What did you say?
I was about to say that they all did very well. 3 of the top 4 were true, although we fooled a couple. So they're now, well, they have been in an insurmountable lead for quite a while. It's currently 2-8.
Yay! Together we made 10.
Okay. Well, and we have a 10th question here.
Oh, okay.
For you. Okay. Which 19th century engineer, chemist, and innovator is best known for the prestigious prizes he, although he also invented dynamite?
Okay, can we go back to that again and repeat that question because you broke up a little bit there during that.
Okay.
There.
Which 19th century engineer, chemist, and innovator, best for the prestigious prizes that he founded, but he also invented dynamite?
Nobel.
Absolutely correct.
But
Alfred
also,
Nobel.
yeah, because he's Sweden, right? Stockholm.
Yes, and they still well, they have the venues. I think they're actually in the process, if I've been reading the last couple of weeks, of trying to put a new prize hall for the Nobel Awards. But and an English architect is in charge of it. Although they say that it's really ugly, and there's a lot of protest for the time being.
Good
One of those
stuff.
cardboard.
Excellent. Yeah, Alfred Noble. So it looks like people got that as well. So there we go. We have. I think you are breaking up a little bit, so I'm sorry about that one.
I am, yes. No, that's it. So it's 9-3, and they are victorious again.
9-3.
Well
You
done,
said
chatters.
6. You said 6 would have been a good score. Round of applause for the chatters, everybody. I've got you back up now. I can see you and see what you're saying. Hello there, hello, hello, hello. Round of applause, of course, as well for yourselves. But then also,
The time you were off.
but the fantastic thing about this is that you don't win anything because it's meaningless. It's like one of those TV panel shows where actually the prizes don't matter, the points don't matter, because unless Andy FM, of course, who is our official barman, I don't know if he's in today, can pour us a shot from everything behind the bar, and you can all have one. You can all have a free imaginary drink. How about that? But you did it, Saffron. Very, very good. Apparently, Morden2 says, I got 0, Ed. Beat that. So some people did poorly. Yeah, next week, Shan, that's right. You need to aim for a flawless victory. So, Walter, Mr. Lewis, my father, the creator of me, you may call it, if you want. Will you return again?
Certainly, if invited.
Well, you are invited. I mean, everybody else. Do you want him here again next week for Bisquiz Part 5? And if you say yes, and also if you could also please suggest another quiz round subject, and you will get there eventually with the words coming from my face. Commander Smitty J, he's reading the chat right now. He can see what you're saying, so tell him yourself. He says, enjoy this, Edward, because not all fathers support these things. I really do, and he knows I appreciate what he's doing, and he knows I appreciate him too. But also, what you've got to realise that he's doing it entirely for himself because he loves the attention. Board games, somebody says. Comedy, says Dante 2050. Airplanes, says Robbie XP1. Robbie XP1 also, Rob says yes. Dante says definitely. Artisan beards, hipster life, says Frontier Dev. But Saffron says 100% yes about planes. So Saffron seems to be keen on planes. Any other suggestions first before we... Oh, also, Mad Dog says, because you created me, then he would like to report some bugs.
Some bugs,
Yeah. Films, says Coots. Computer games, says Sham. The space industry. I suppose, there's a few more coming through, but why don't you choose one out there that you particularly like the sound of? One that you think you can make a good roundabout?
Well,
surprise us, says Academic Dust. The Mafia, says Orange Spark. That's an interesting one.
I'll take an idea off from one of those and maybe expand and generalize a bit more so I can be as unconventional.
We can do sort of a roundabout sort of general quiz from lots of different angles.
We'll take the airplanes and the idea of planes, but we're going to just call it, there'll be a round on flight.
Oh, okay, flight. Very good. Yeah, there you go. So, everybody, round of applause for Walter Neil Lewis, the Biscuits Master. You are, of course, welcome here absolutely any time. Hope you do stick around to watch the Biscuit review that's happening at 1:45 as well, so in about 17 minutes' time. But in the meantime, we will say adieu, we'll bid adieu, and you can exit stage left and enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you next Friday, yeah?
Hey, thanks very much. We'll see you all then. Okay. Bye.
Okay, bye. See you soon. Bye, 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 bye. Oh, there you go. He's off. What a true gentleman he is. I am going to put the phone down now. Bye. A true gentleman and a scholar as well. So here we are. We find ourselves finally. We're alone, and we can begin the live stream proper. But yeah, what a good time that is, and I do hope you enjoy it. And I hope that you come back again next time for the Biscuits for next week as well. Of course, in about 15 minutes' time, we will be starting off with the Biscuit review, the final Biscuit review of the week. So do make sure you tweet about it, get people in here, get people involved. Seems to be a quieter Friday. But I think that'll ramp up towards the Bisquiz because that's where the Biscuit reviews. That's where people get really excited. All right, let's see. So where are we heading today? We've already done that one. So we need to go to the high star density. Oh, don't delete it. That's not good. Yesterday, we were able to plot there, and we still are today. So I'm going to be heading towards there. Frameshift gear deployed. Whoops. There we go. Now we're in. This morning, everybody, I did a demo to some potential investors and it was very nerve-wracking. And I was more nervous. There was only 10 of them. And I was more nervous about that than I was when I come to see you guys. I really needed you in the room with me to come here and be all like, yeah, Ed, come on, you can do it. So I tried to imagine you there at the back. It's very good. Edward 2 jumps Lewis. How far from the bubble am I, Commander Smitty J? I am, I think, a little over 56,000 light years away. Oh, Mad Dog, certainly not surprised that Ed has an awesome dad like father, etc, etc. That's very, very kind of you, Mad Dog. He's a good guy, and he's done well to deal with this mess over the years, and he's very good. We can be here for you, Ed. Thanks so much, Spark. I will always imagine that you're there in the background whenever I do anything that's nerve-wracking. Very good. Mogriak says alien face. Don't know what that means. Oh, I think I'm like 58,000. Just put you in through Skype. Very good. Andy FM gets pointed to a meeting. You did terribly, Andy. You're really lucky that you weren't here because it was a mess. It was horrible, and yeah, you did really poorly, and I did really well. I got like 100%. So, you know. Commander Smitty J, will you be like my dad? Will I be like my dad when I have kids? Yeah. What? Do you mean supportive and kind and stuff? Yeah, of course I will be. You know, I think I'll be, you know, even more modern. I mean, generations change every time. My dad's fantastic, but there's no but there. I just mean on a separate note that times change, and I'll be, where my dad stopped me from playing video games, I'll be embracing it. He didn't stop me from playing it. He just suggested that I did as much homework as I did play video games, which is a very, very smart way to do it. But no, you know what? He did a good job. He did a good job. I certainly feel well-rounded enough now. I almost feel as if I'm saying too much now, which means that maybe I'm doubting my own words, but I'm not. Andy Fence says I'm smelling some bullpoop coming from you there, Ed. Well, you might be. Frontier Desert Heads, if Ed is ever ill, will my dad cover for me on the stream? The problem with that is, and I think my dad's great at coming on and doing the stream thing and doing the quiz, but he struggles to find the URL, and he has to ask me every single time what URL he's got to go to, and then I have to explain to him how to mute it so then it doesn't play back through, and then I have to explain to him how to maximize the screen to get the chat up, and I don't think he'll mind me saying all this. But I don't know if he would be able to sort of manage the whole stream constantly. But if I was to do it for him, as in like set it all up and just go, oh, he would have a great time. He would just read his literature that he's writing. He would read poetry to you all in a dramatic fashion. You would have a fantastic time. It would probably make more sense than this nonsense. Andy FM, of course. We know what to do when there's an FSD malfunction. What you need to do is grab drink from behind the imaginary bar, the Mars bar, the space bar at the edge of the galaxy. You're going to grab an imaginary drink. You're going to pour 50 shots out for everybody who's watching right now. We're all going to chink together to a successful week, to a glorious Friday, and for a good weekend ahead. Let's get jumping. I should explain bookmarks to him, but I've only just managed to grasp bookmarks. So this is the point. Like I think we operate in a similar way of just sort of, we get to a point where we can just operate successfully and then just sort of skirt along on top of that knowledge, and then we don't need to extend any knowledge because we're getting by. And I think he's maybe similar to me in that aspect. Getting to set up his own channel. Oh, we're having a Ledaig. 10-year-old. Is that Welsh? Is that pronounced that? Cool. So do we have any countdown, people? Mugriak says, lol, why is my hull damaged so badly? I did a few mistakes on my way out to Beagle Point. I flew too close to the sun, like Icarus himself. I got too... But the difference with Icarus is that he did it once, fell down and died, whereas I did it once, and luckily I lived, but then didn't learn my lesson enough to not do it again repeatedly 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So, yeah. And then once I had my shields off because I was told that if I take my shields off, that means that I can then react better to heat, and I don't get damaged by heat as much. Thank you, Orange Spark. 12 minutes into the Biscuit review. Thank you for joining in, and thank you for letting us know. Thank you for you're the temporary Time Lord today, letting us know that there's 12 minutes until the Biscuit review. And then I did lots of landings, and then I had my shields off, and I landed down on a planet, and I forgot that I had my shields off, and I hit it a little bit harder than I thought, and that took me down by about 10%. So that's why I currently stand with that and a damaged FSD drive that cannot be fixed because I didn't bring any auto field maintenance units with me. So there you go. There's the story. Judge me if you will, but how many of you can say that you went to Beagle Point? Probably all of you. But that's not my point, is it? That's not the point I'm trying to make here. I'm not sure exactly what the point is that I'm trying to make, but it's definitely a strong one. It's from the Isle of Mull, says on the FM. What is? Oh, the Ledaig. I love the Isle of Mull. I've been there a few times in my childhood. Yeah, Ed Bouncy Lewis. That's what they call me. Ed the Bouncer. You've not been out of the bubble yet, says Paul Archer. Well, you should do it. It is actually very, very exciting and very, very interesting and fascinating. Like, all I'm doing right now is like jumping as back as fast as I possibly can, but what I should be doing is scanning every single time I jump in, searching out for interesting planets out there, and just really looking at some beautiful views and taking a nice snapshot album to experience, because like no one else ever. It's the closest that I'll ever get to actually exploring the galaxy. Also, Shanari Rinaldi, round of applause for Shan for being the chief engineer and getting us this far. He said a very interesting thing the other day. With all of the engineers and all the upgrades that you can get, I will probably be the last person to experience this like it is currently, or one of the last few people to experience the game as it is currently in this way, because I'm making my way back, and once I get back I'm going to upgrade my FSD drive to be massive, so I can just jump for as far as 50 or 60 light years at a time. So currently this is like, no one else is going to have that same difficulty, because everyone else will prepare in advance because they're not stupid like me. And they won't have that same difficulty, so they won't come all the way out without having a prepared FSD drive. And so that difficult thing of making their way back really slowly that I've just had to do is a, few and far between experiences people can do that. And there's nothing, and it feels kind of special. And you guys have seen me do every single jump, so you've seen exactly how difficult it has been for me. Icarus fell to his death, yes he did. Yeah, fair enough. It depends on what you look for when you're travelling. You're using an Anaconda. Yeah, if you'd like to, pour him. Oh, shut up, F-Dev. By the way, I've seen new ship kits for Elite. I'm having a hard time uploading out and getting one. Oh, F-Dev, can I talk about it? Because it is live now, isn't it? It is live. Eyebrows of excitement. Oh, the eyebrows of excitement. I'm very excited right now, and I can't bear it any longer. Yeah, head over to the Frontier store. I think there's something new on there that might tickle your fancies. It is going to go into the newsletter as well tonight, but hey, yeah, they look pretty cool. Ship kits, they look great as well. I think the Eagle's probably my favourite, or the Sidewinder. It just makes it look like a tank, like a machine. Like it just like all that combined with the engineers stuff, it just really means that like ships are going to be completely unique stuff. Oh good, on the FM, you got the Entrepreneur Pack. I'm very pleased to hear it. For once, somebody reports that they have received a competition prize of what I promised them, instead of saying, you owe me this, which usually happens. A link for the Lazy from Orange Spark, very cool. Pimp My Sidewinder exhibit is coming out of retirement. That would have been an amazing promotional video if we could have got Exhibit or Westwood from the UK one to just be like, Pimp My Sidewinder, that's how he talks, right? That's his laugh, that's all I can do. Commander Smate J says, when I make it back to the bubble, we'll continue my lunch adventures. I don't know. Let's ask the audience. Waits for Chris Tarrant to hand me the phone and do the ask the audience thing, or are they two separate things? I don't know. Let's ask the chat. Should I carry on when I get home? And what should I do instead? I'm thinking about maybe doing a Rise to Elite live stream series where you can watch me learn how to actually do combat, and then see if we can make it to Elite over like the space of 1,000 lunchtimes. Yeah, combat time with Ed Watson back. Yeah, the audience say no. Aww. Yes, as Max says. Yeah, please. Yeah, of course I will. I'm going to do it. We're going to work out what the format's going to be. I want to make sure it feels fresh, fun, because the Biscuit reviews can only go on for so long, of course, and they really do bring a lot of people in, and it's because it's a lot of fun. Try some bounty hunting and get good. Yeah, I should definitely get good. One thing at a time, though. Let's get me home first. Exactly right. Like, there is a large chance that I can make it home. But people seem to enjoy it, and I want to keep doing it. But like we've got to make sure things feel fresh, you guys are still interested, because I mean we've done 35 biscuit reviews or 36 biscuit reviews already. So I mean we'll be over 100 by the time I'm back. The continued adventures of ECL. You'd like to see me be a naughty scallywag pirate? That'd be fun. Morden 2 says ship kits look interesting. Will the event be for all / most ships? Good question, Morden. You tell me, as in community. Tell me, as in please. Would you like it to be for all the ships? Vote with your wallets. Vote with your dollar. That's very crass, and I hope you realise that it was me out of character doing a silly sales technique thing. I'm very sorry, I'm appalled by my own shill behaviour. In before Zach and Ed will end up competing for viewers, both begin lunchtime live streams. You would love that, wouldn't you? Community says yes. Well, Orange Spark says yes, which is cool. I would really love... How do you keep yourself in shape after those biscuits? I would gain £100 for sure. What I do is I limit myself to 1, and then I take the rest of the packet downstairs to everybody else. And I don't really eat much else for lunch. I'll have like a sandwich max. And then I cycle to work and back. So that keeps me relatively in shape. Jump! Never go full shill. Andy FM, don't you worry, I'm only joking. Ed the shill confirmed. Ed going full shill there. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I would love to see some for the ASP. When I first asked about it and they were like, oh, we're going to have it for this, this and this, I was like, and the ASP? You want one for the ASP? Oh, what's for the ASP? But no, nothing for the ASP yet, but if I have anything to say about it, which I don't. Yeah. Oh, it's getting really warm in here all of a sudden. The sun just seems to have come light at the wrong time. Do the others tease me about my lunchtime adventures, Smitty J? Do the other who? The other streamers? Oh, always. The other people in the staff? No, those guys are very supportive and lovely, and quite like him. I think they're the ones who watch. I think there's only a couple, but they're more than welcome. Hello, hello too. Good to see you. All your blocks. Hello there. You like the idea of the Code Mark 3 one, but I want to see how it interacts with the 30-year skin before buying. Any thoughts and news on that? Well, I am told, I have it on good authority, that actually they interact quite nicely in terms of the colours. They take like the base block colour and they will change. So they aren't just one standard colour, they'll change based on what paint job that you've got on there. Now things like details like stripes and patterns, they sort of incorporate more of just the solid colour instead. But I think it must look quite nice with the 30th skin, like more of a black. Thank you very much, Frontier Dev. You're very, very kind about that. That's very kind. But we should do a first person to make a spreadsheet competition, because I think Zach would absolutely destroy me. First person to be competent within the workplace, Zach Antonacci. Manager of the Year Award, Zach Antonacci. Organisation of the Year Award, Zach Antonacci. Live streaming, I think I've got that covered. If we did a Frontier Developments Awards, I think as the only person who does Frontier streaming at Frontier Developments, I think I'd have that covered. Yes, curved. Is there a Planet Coaster upgrade in the middle of the ED store? What? There is a Planet Coaster upgrade in the middle of the ED store. Zach, shout at Chad. Hello. How big my mouth is there? Ah. Which the Anaconda or Trusty Asp kit? Cool. Well, I think we've got to just see how things go, you know. I think it'd be fantastic. Do the kits affect the ship performance at all, or they're just purely visuals? I have it on good authority. Again, these things have been tested a lot. That it's purely visual. There is absolutely no change to the visual, to the behaviour of the ship. These Wimble of the Year. What? Okay, Mad Dog, any touchdown was? I think we need a 4-cruppy laser skin for the Cobra Mark 3. No, we don't. Mad Dog says Red. Red Zyrus, very good. Rob says there are a few of them in there. Okay. Are you sure it should be in the Frontier store, but maybe not on the Elite Dangerous section, but that should be okay. Sierra fan. Awesome. Alright, so we've got one more minute. Chad will take a look. Thank you. Look at this, live support. If you've got a problem or an issue with your Elite Dangerous account, Get your ship kitted out with a mug holder and clear up your desks, says Orange Spark. Lovely covering job there. What was I saying? Oh, if you've got an issue with Elite Dangerous or any Frontier product, don't hesitate to watch the 1 PM stream, where Edward C. Lewis will talk you through your problems and give you a little pat on the back and maybe blow you a little kiss. I'm not going to do it right now. You'll have to do something pretty special to receive a blown kiss. Instead, you get a little toot from Henry. Toot, what's that? Oh, very good. Okay. One more jump, and then it looks like I will be pulling on over. Like this. This is me tilting to the right, tilting back, landing down. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go get myself a fresh cup of tea. This is me holding a delightful cup of tea. Did you know that that's rude? Yeah. Do I ever give the dev team ideas? Smitty J, I talk to the dev team regularly and we always feedback stuff that we get through from the community, so absolutely. If you've got anything you want to say at all, do say it in an email to us at community@frontier.co.uk, and then we can forward on that feedback to the developers and they will do whatever they will with that information, which they always listen to it. You're going to demand a kiss at EGX's and EFM, absolutely. I'm definitely not going to go to EGX anymore. All right, it's such an honour to be listening to the Ed, says Red Zyrus. Oh, that's very, very kind of you. Thank you for joining. You can save your peck on the cheek until LaveCon and receive it in person. It's a blown kiss. There is no lip to face or lip to mouth contact. It is completely this area here. You don't want to go anywhere near it. I'm infected with all sorts of horrible bacterias. We won't go into the details of that right now, but yes, any good. Very good. You lot are wonderful, and I love you to pieces, and that's why it hurts my heart to leave you for 2 minutes. I'll be back in 2 minutes. With the Biscuit review, so do be nice to one another, give each other a little collective tickle, get involved in a group hug, and we'll, I don't know what's happening today. We'll see you back in about 2 minutes' time. See you in a sec. Ooh, it's time. Are you ready? Are you sitting comfortably? Then we shall begin. Alright, we're back. And we're here and we're having a nice time. I think we've all had a good little break there, a little stretch off. Did a little bit of Pilates for a few seconds. Just to get that core strength back in. Feeling good. So, what are you all doing? What are we here again? What's going on? Hello? Why are we here? Oh, I remember. It's the biscuit review time! Alright, okay, of course, as we can see here, yesterday we did some Tesco biscuits, but they did surprisingly well indeed. The Tesco Everyday Value Chocolate Chip Cookies are number 15 on the list, which is very, very surprising. The Tesco Tea Rich Finger right at the bottom, the Fox's Pie Rings very close, second to the bottom, and Garibaldi in third place at the bottom. Right in the middle, we've got some Girl Scout cookies. We've got the Samoas, and what was the other Girl Scout cookies? The Thin Mints. Those two didn't do particularly that well, sort of second, third, very middling cookies, which is very surprising to me. So what we wanted to do is I've got these here today, which are the Tagalongs, the Girl Scouts. Oh, what a girl can do! Oh, what a girl can do! Girl Scouts, it's the Girl Scout song. Taking on new challenges builds our confidence. When we achieve our goals, we grow even more empowered. Look how much fun they're having on there. They're having a delightful time. The Tagalongs are crispy cookies layered with peanut butter and covered with a chocolatey coating. Could it be better? Second peanut butter type of biscuit on the list. The other one was the Oreo peanut butter with 22nd on the list. We're about to do our 38th biscuit today, of course. So, without further ado, let's get things moving. Jean Bello, my first biscuit review, Squee. The first one is always the most difficult review to get through, but once you've pushed through that, you're coming back for more every single day. Oh, as you can see, they've melted a little bit from being in this warm room, but I still think that we'll get the general opinion, the general vibe from how things are. Oh, no, they've sort of, very strong peanut buttery smell. Is how I know the official song. It's just a round, very simple, round shape. None of these Girl Scout cookies have very appealing appearance. First of all, let's just take a sip of the Yorkshire tea. And thank you for the biscuit pocket mug as well from Shan. As always, we must thank the Shan. Right. So what was it called? Sorry, Tagalongs. How did I do the format last time? Girl Scout cookies. Tagalongs. Yep, Tagalongs. Alright, appearance. 6. Boring, right? Am I right? Taste. Let's get one. Get those lips warmed up with my lip exercises. You must do my lip exercises before we begin the biscuit review. Okay, now we're ready. Yeah. So the peanut butter is soft, so it's not the crunchy peanut butter, it's a soft peanut butter, but it's not overwhelming. There's a good amount of it. If you look at the cross section, you can see that it's not an overwhelming amount. It's just that top little half, that top little section there. So it's just taking the top, and the biscuit's nice and firm and crunch-tastic in a good way, of course. And what else? Yeah, no, the chocolate isn't overwhelming, but it's nice. It's probably the nicest one we've done yet. It's not incredible, but it's the nicest of the. Yeah, I'm gonna finish it. That soft with the hard goes really, really well. It's just the same. It's about 7.6. Durability. Henry, what do you think of the durability of the Girl Scout cookie Tagalong? I know, right? He's got it exactly right. There's very few crumbs, so he's very pleased. Henry the Hoover, are you in the chat? If you are, do say hello. Durability. There's very, very few crumbs. It's not perfect. There's a few, but there's very few crumbs. It's a decent biscuit. Now here we go. Here's where this might get messy even. It's the dunkability time, and as everybody knows, all the regulars know, you dip it in for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. You lift it, and then you see how it reacts. A little pat. The milk chocolate is melting, but the biscuit seems to be staying strong. 1, 2, 3, and lift. Again, chocolate is melting, but the biscuit is staying strong. It feels a little messy to go for a triple dunk, if I'm completely honest with you. So I'm going to just go for the taste. Sticky. It's very sticky. A bit weird. No. Didn't like that. I like the biscuit as a standard biscuit quite a lot, but the more I'm eating of them as well, it stayed well. Yeah, Frontier Dev says it stayed up against the crunch, but it made it a bit worse. So the taste was... So the dunkability was actually very strong, but I wouldn't go for a third dunk. The post-dunk taste was poor. It made it weird and gooey and sticky and awful. Or I'd say the word awful. I use the word awful. I would say that it's a must-not dunk. If we can have a separate little star for must-not dunk, then we will. In fact, we're going to do it. Tagalongs. And we're going to have the percentage symbol. I mean, I'm running out of symbols to use here. This symbol here, that means going to be must not dunk. In fact, it should be the downward arrow. Where do I find that one? Come on, computer people. You know how this works. You know how this works better than me. I should do... No, not plus, it's rubbish. Can anyone else help me out with that? I like... Actually, the arrow above almost refers to, like, to keep it up. Keep it out, away from the T. So it's like a must not dunk. Must not dunk. I like it. All right. Satisfaction. Like, I really, really enjoyed my first biscuit. I really enjoyed the first biscuit. However, the more I eat of it, the more the peanut butter starts to become overwhelming, a bit gooey around the mouth, and it's starting to make me feel a little bit queasy and a little bit sick. So, what I think I'm going to do is... I was trying to do the symbol, but down. Moorishness means that it's quite low on the Moorishness scale. But it's not too low. It's... Like, I'm still thinking about it, and I'm still thinking, oh, I could probably go for another one of those. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise that you couldn't really see the scores. There you go. All right. Where does everyone think it's going to fit? Where does everyone think it's going to sit? Here we go. You ready? 56.7. Does that seem right to you? Yeah? Oh, gosh. There you go. 56.7. Yeah, okay. That seems low. Oh well. 56.7 puts it... Oh, yeah, okay. So it puts it just above the Oreo peanut butter flavoured Oreos. So that means, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, that the Girl Scout cookie tag-along is the preferred option if you're going to go for a peanut butter flavoured biscuit. So far, the Girl Scout cookie is the better of the two, and I definitely think I agree with that. There's something very, very weird about the Oreo peanut butter flavour, that's all I'm saying. I have reviewed Tim Tams, says Morden. Where do we have Tim Tams on our list? It's something, I put the, what's it called first? The, here we go. Oh, no, that's wrong. Sorry, can anyone see Tim Tams? I know I could just search for it, but... oh, Tim Tam, dark chocolates. I've done dark chocolate Tim Tams. It did very well. Look, that's the top 10. Tim Tams are in the top 10. It was a good biscuit. So fantastic. You guys have been brilliant. You know who you are. This week has been another great, fun week. We had a couple of fantastic streams this week, and the Biscuits was also fantastic too as well. So we will be back next week, of course, with a full 5 days of streams next week. 5 more Biscuit reviews, 5 more days, 5 more hours of jumping home. Of course, we have Guest Wednesdays where I invite a Frontier developer on to guest review Biscuit with me. Got a couple of new people coming along next week. And then on Friday, we will return with the Bisquiz once more. So again, you people, I cannot tell you how much I love doing these, and it's my favourite part of the day. Like, I genuinely look forward to it. So thank you all for being wonderful. Let's do the thank yous for the week. So, lots of Biscuit questions, and I know you've got lots of Biscuit questions. If you do want to find me, you can find me on Twitter. You can see down below in the little panel below where my Twitter account is. So find me on there, and tweet any Biscuit-related questions at me, and I'm sure somebody else can help. So let's do it. Thank you very much to Commander Coots for being the moderator. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, 67 Mark, Academic Stay 94, Aylesgriff 79. All of your blocks, not some of them, all of them. Almost different, he's sometimes the same. And his name is An Archer, Andy FM, The Barman, Bauer00, Bewilderbeast, Black Sheep, Kitty Bull, Map Gaming, Live, Bunny Hedger, Commander Benkai, Commander Moonprayer, Commander Smitty J, Cobrian, Dante 2050, Dave Gilson, Ducrius, Frontier, Dev, Fulsamy, yes, Gazer, Goxy 79, Gregor Burns. Hatsy Flatsy, lovely little name, Easy House, Jay Young, Jean Belot, Johnny Longwood, Mad Dog, the maddest of all the dogs, Max Ursa, Millstone, Barney, Born in a Barn, Morden 2, Mogriax, Muzipan, Mr. Codemaster, N. Wiley, Not Biffle, Orange Spark, Paul Archer, Red Gremlins, Revian, Roxy P1, Saffron, Shiverinali, Snow Imp, Tamoin, Tin Cup 28, Vanguard MK1, Varulia, and of course, Wallhead 79. Thank you all for being brilliant this week. You've been really cool. And yeah, I look forward to next week. See you soon. Bye! Coots, get Yorkshire tea on the phone. I'm all out of tea. I've been guzzling it far too frequently. What do you mean I've sold out? Get them on the phone now. Goodbye.